Hey everybody, Nick Espinoza, your chief security fanatic here, and today we actually have to talk about social app IRL because I'm wondering if it's the next Theranos or the next Ashley Madison. Now, here's what's going on. This is coming from TechCrunch, and this company is imploding. Now, an internal investigation by IRL's board of directors found that 95% of the app's reported 20 million users were automated from bots. Sound familiar? Now, this information basically was just recently coming to light here. And so after raising more than $200 million in venture capital, they're shutting down. Now, IRL was poised to become basically the event organizing alternative for Gen Z, who basically isn't using Facebook, or they're using it less and less. But after raising its SoftBank-led $170 million Series C and at a $1.17 billion valuation, the company's internal troubles became a bit obvious. Now, last year, IRL laid off 25% of its team, about 25 employees or so. And during the previous year, IRL had more than tripled their headcount, so this came as a surprise. Now, in a note to employees that was obtained by TechCrunch, former CEO and founder Abraham Shafi encouraged employees to, quote, adapt and be disciplined, end quote, citing that WhatsApp grew to be 450 million users with a team of just 55. Quote, becoming one of these iconic, impactful companies is akin to winning a gold medal in the Olympics. In fact, probably more challenging. Now, that's what Shafi wrote in a memo, which was full of these kind of insane-ish analogies. Quote, like the Olympics, we know most people don't want to be Olympians. In the same way, not everyone will want to walk the path we are walking, but for those who want to push their limits and find out what they're capable of, this culture is for you. Now, in that same memo, Shafi went on to say that the company had more than enough cash to last well into 2024. An IRL employee talking to TechCrunch back then said that the company had more than 100 million in the bank, though it's unknown how much money IRL has left now given their situation. And a company spokesperson basically talking to publications basically said that they would return any capital they had to their shareholders. Now, around the same time as these layoffs, IRL employees started doubting Shafi's claim that the app had 20 million monthly active users. Then the SEC began investigating whether IRL violated security laws, and by April, the board of directors suspended Shafi and appointed an acting CEO. And so that is absolutely nuts because on one hand, you got a little bit of Ashley Madison there where you find out that, and if you remember the entire premise of Ashley Madison, I don't even know if it's still alive, maybe it's still running. It was like life short, have an affair, but it was something like 80 billion horny guys and like 7 women, and everybody was talking to bots. And so there you go. They kind of faked it until they made it, and they just never made it. And then obviously had a massive data breach, and that was an utter nightmare, et cetera, for a lot of people. Now, they're also like Theranos in the sense that they were trying to revolutionize an industry, and while it's not as, let's say, significant as medicine, they're basically taking on the Facebooks of the world, which are the behemoths out there. So if you've got a company that's worth $1 billion plus, you're well on your way to getting into the big leagues here, and quite frankly, it was all fake. So here we are, here we go. We're going to see what happens here, but like so many of these startups, it just ends up being a lot of smoke and mirrors, and Silicon Valley ends up just holding the bag as they're investing in what they think will be the biggest thing out there, and it's just unconscionable to me that this kind of thing exists. But here we are. If you were an IRL fan, you were one of the 5% that were actually using it, which means you were probably one of 500,000, not 20 million. And there you go. And please like, share, follow me here on Facebook and Twitter at NickAESP, where there's apparently billions and billions of bots as well. And also on YouTube, where you should subscribe to me. And as always, stay safe, stay online, and please attempt to stay private. Thanks, everybody.